Rumor has it.
Call out a name, or you gossiping, or you chatty patty.
I'm gossiping.
This is the Rumor Report.
I mean, I guess we on the Breakfast Club. This is where the tea spills, right?
Right. On the Breakfast Club.
Now pull a gun out, Jason.
Yeah, I'm not used to foreplay when it comes to the tea. I like to get straight to it.
Whoa. Wow. If he told you to pull it out.
No
Tell me when to turn the camera on.
Yeah, there's no lubrication. There's no lubrication.
All right.
Look, 50 Cent is taking 50 Cent, who's a master troll, is taking some accountability, which I really love. And he's apologizing for not believing Megan Thee Stallion in the whole Tory Lanez shooting case. Now, 50 said that he was wrong for trolling Meg after her explosive interview with Gayle King. Well, a lot of us did, but I didn't. Remember that he posted a meme from the scene of Ricky and Boys in the Hood running away from the gang members in the alley. And the picture showed Megan's face on Ricky and Tory's face on the shooter. Well, anyway, he was recently talking about it on a morning show, and this is what he said.
Megan Thee Stallion versus Tory Lanez. The guilty verdict, everything.
Yeah. I'm going to apologize to Megan Thee Stallion. Mm-hmm. When she said she was with Gayle, she said, were you intimate with Tory Lanez? And she said, what? And then it was like, no. And I was like, she's lying. Mm-hmm. At that point, I knew she's lying. There wouldn't be no reason for me to be around each other. But from that, it felt like she was lying to me. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, little things would pop up, and I wasn't being supportive of her at that point.
You were a little more vocal.
Yeah, and the only reason why I felt like, at some point you should apologize, I should apologize to her is because when I heard the phone call conversation, that made me feel like, now I know what happened.
And that was on a Big Boy. Yeah, that was on Big Boy's show.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people I think right now, and I'm not saying that this is you, 50, because you tend to stay 10 toes down on what you say, but a lot of people are trying to kiss Meg's ass because now they want that exclusive interview or some type of relationship. Maybe get her in BMF. I don't know. But, I want to shout out this woman named Shar. Her name is Shar Adams at NBC Universal. She wrote at NBC News. She wrote this story about, was it Shar? Yeah, from NBC. She wrote this story basically saying that all of us were gaslighting Meg and not believing in Meg. And,
I read that.
She attacked all the bloggers and everybody that had a lot to say about what was happening in the case when she got it wrong. And after talking to her on the phone, I think it was the speech impediment that, messed up her brain and let it get all the way to the top floor.
Damn it, man.
Yeah, I never understood how anyone who read those court documents could, think that Tory Lanez was beating that case. Envy, I told you that several times behind the scenes.
Yeah, you absolutely did. And
I read those court documents. I don't know if it was either early last year or in the middle of last year, but when I read the court documents, I was just like, it's just too much evidence against him.
And I always said, you just never know. Like I always say, there's always three sides. There's her side, his side, and then the truth in the middle. And the jurors got the truth, and they
it was her side, his side, Kelsey's side.
Oh yeah, Kelsey's side, and then the truth.
But that's the thing. When these situations happen, you should listen to everyone, right? Like,
correct.
You have to listen to Megan.
Yes.
Because she did get shot. She's the victim.
Correct.
But if Tory said he didn't do it, you got to listen to him too. But at the end of the day, in court, all that matters is the evidence.
Right.
Okay. That's all that matters.
We don't see everything.
End of the day.
In that courtroom, all those documentation comes out. The doctors, the investigators, all that comes out.
All of that was in the court docs I read
beforehand,
bro.
Before they testified.
And I told you this. The phone call was in there.
Yeah.
The gun
but wait, I didn't hear the phone call beforehand.
But I told you that in the court documents it said that police had a phone call of Tory apologizing for the incident, and the gun residue on his hands. The neighbor that I can't believe the defense called. because he was the one who really sealed the deal, because he was saying that the little one was shooting everywhere.
Right, but the crazy part is on one hand, you didn't want to say Tory was guilty because we don't want to say a black man was guilty before he had his day in court. And then on the other hand, hashtag protect black women was a real thing, and some people were still not believing Meg. But I don't know. I texted her and asked her if she felt vindicated. She's just kind of taking a step back and watching it all unfold.
Yeah, none of it. The problem is this stuff plays out in the court of public opinion, and none of this should ever play out in the court of public opinion. And I don't even understand why people be trying to convince the court of public opinion when there's an actual court of law. If you got an actual court date,
correct,
and you're going to have your day in court, who cares about what the court of public opinion says?
That was part of the problem too. I mean, they wanted people to stop playing Tory's records before the court case. It was too much going on. Like you said, public opinion was too much before the actual case.
You should listen to everyone involved, but you have to believe the evidence.
Well, listen, there's some more evidence that there's another conversation happening, and it's really in your community, because in our community we've been known about this.
Who's our community?
Well, your community, our community.
Dominicans?
No, never mind. The straight community. Let me go to this topic. Yellow Beezy.
I was confused.
Listen, Yellow Beezy's in the news because he's reacting to being in an all-gender, large-scale bathroom in New York City, which is crazy because we've been doing that in our community from day one. But this is audio that we heard. Here you go.
In New York, this is legal.
So, I just want to let y'all know, in New York, you go to the restroom with men and women, and this is legal, and I'm appalled.
It's fair.
I'm named Paul. I'm appalled.
This family now.
Yeah, I'm just, it just is regular. It just, they just want you to really just get liquored up and I guess. I don't understand this. And this is completely legal, right?
Back in my day, all gender bathrooms used to be called unisex.
Unisex, yeah.
Yeah, what I was trying to say, in our community, in the gay community, we've had unisex bathrooms for years. I'm surprised that this is even news.
Well, the legendary tunnel, it was unisex bathrooms. Like that's
back in the day?
Yeah, the legendary tunnel was unisex. You walk in, it'd be women, men. Yeah.
Where did the tunnel lead?
And that is Jason Lee with the T, man.
You walk in the tunnel, do you walk in the tunnel?
Well, speaking of tunnels.
In our clubs, you do.
Okay.
Well, speaking of tunnels, who are you giving that donkey to?
4 after the hour, President Biden needs to come to the front of the congregation. We like to have a word with him, okay?
He'll like it. All right, we'll get to it next. It's the Breakfast Club. Come on.